Hello everyone, I'm Brazen Eagle and thank you for joining me here. So today, we have an important article from Tulsa World. Arrests precede major demonstrations in Portland, Oregon. And this is the reason why I do my videos usually at night, so it can capture some of the important information that happens not during the day. Anyways, Portland, Oregon. Authorities arrested the leader of a right-wing group on the eve of a rally that's expected to draw people from around the U.S. to Portland, Oregon on Saturday, prompting Patriot Prayer's Joey Gibson to urge his followers to show up 100-fold in response. Self-described anti-fascists, or Antifa, have vowed to confront the right-wing groups at the downtown rally, and the arrests of Gibson and 5 other right-wing supporters appear to be intended to send a signal from police to organizers to remain peaceful or stay away. Well, the police just arrested those 6 people illegally. Gibson, who was not involved in this weekend's event but organized similar rallies in 2017 and 2018 that erupted in clashes, surrendered Friday on an arrest warrant for rioting. Sounds like the police have taken illegal actions. He was at a confrontation that broke out on May 1st outside a bar where members of the so-called Antifa movement had gathered after a May Day demonstration. Wow. In a video he live-streamed on Facebook, Gibson accused the police of playing politics by arresting him and other right-wing members, but not the masked demonstrators who beat up conservative blogger Andy Ngo at a June 29th rally. A video of that attack went viral and led the Proud Boys, who have been designated a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center, to organize Saturday's event. What I'm saying to everyone who's listening to this is, they're trying to shut you guys up. They want you to not show up in Portland. They want to put fear in your hearts. When a government pushes back like that, we don't bend the knee, he said as he walked into the jail. Illegally. We show up tenfold, 100-fold, he said. If you believe in freedom and you're against this political charging that they're doing, show up tomorrow but be peaceful. Force them to arrest you for being peaceful. A Portland police spokeswoman declined to comment about specific arrests, but said generally police continue to investigate several incidents from clashes on May 1st and June 29th and are politically neutral. That's a bunch of BS. We all know that the Portland police is corrupt. Members of Antifa often cover their faces with masks, making it harder to identify them. We receive criticism no matter what. It's either too much, not enough. You arrested this group and not this group, said police spokeswoman Tina Jones. It seems like some people are keeping score, and that's not what it's about. On the law enforcement side, 100% is about public safety, which is a lie. In addition to the Proud Boys, the White Nationalist American Guard and the Three Percenters, a far-right militia, have all said they will have members in Portland. Before I made this video, I had never heard of the American Guard. Hate group Watchdog said the Daily Stormers, a neo-Nazi group, are also expected. The Oath Keepers, another far-right militia group, well, according to far-right to somebody else, said in a statement late Thursday they were pulling out of the rally because organizers have not done enough to keep white supremacist groups away. Well, they have freedom of speech too, don't they? The group's founder, Stuart Rhodes, said while he agreed with the rally's goal of opposing anti-fascists, he was concerned about the violent rhetoric posted online that could cause legal problems for those who attended. Okay. It would be best for the patriot/conservative cause if this August 17th rally were simply canceled, he wrote. Those who want to protest the way Portland coddles Antifa should start over with a clean slate. Alright, well that makes sense, right? Police and city officials spent time finishing preparations. More than 24 different local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies are expected, some at the rally and some in support roles, Jones said. Authorities asked residents not to call 911 unless it's a life-threatening emergency and to stay away from the heart of downtown. Some streets were already closed Friday, and a major bridge connecting the east and west sides of the city will close before dawn Saturday. So, Portland is gearing up for war. Ooh, honestly, from everything that's happened in Portland, just don't go to Portland anymore. I mean, the left coast, the west coast is done. It's just done. Just let it burn. But anyways, so there's going to be some sort of protest in Portland, Oregon tomorrow, or really for you guys today. And the police have already arrested, I guess this here is Joey Gibson. He was just apparently a community organizer, and the police arrested him illegally. They arrested him on the grounds of rioting, even though he wasn't rioting. They claim, the police claims, they're trying to keep the peace by arresting the leader of a group that wants to protest peacefully. They just want to be left alone and have their own little space to protest, right? Just like these civil rights groups in the 60s, right? They just wanted to protest peacefully. These people here, led by Gibson, they just want to protest peacefully. But nope, when Antifa shows up, they always got to cause violence. And you know what? You gotta love it when the state police arrest whoever they want without proper justification and still allow violent anarchists to do whatever they want. If the violent anarchists commit crimes, that's okay. That's totally okay. But no, you got to arrest the group that just wants to protest peacefully. Sounds like double standards to me. Now, the police say they're just about public safety, but we all know that's a lie. They're not for public safety when they don't shut down violent Antifa attacks and riots. They just let Antifa do whatever they want. You burn down a couple buildings, you hit people, you whack people, you almost kill somebody, that's okay. No arrest needed. So, anyways, I guess Saturday's protest was created by the Proud Boys, which has been designated as a hate group by the hate group called the Southern Poverty Law Center, which, if you bring up anything about the Southern Poverty Law Center, you know they have no credibility. They mean nothing. They're just a extremely left-wing, heavily biased group that will shut anything they don't like down. And I guess now the American Guard, which I said I didn't know anything about earlier, which I don't. I had to look them up. But the American Guard and 3%ers will be there as well. But, I guess the American Guard is a type of militia organization. But I did find their website, especially concerning their message for the August 17th protest. So this is their own webpage. I have everything linked below in the description. And this is just their press release. For immediate release, the American Guard will be sending members to Portland, Oregon this weekend to stand in solidarity with other patriot groups in the Northwest. We're coming to Portland to stand against far-left Antifa groups who have attacked and beaten citizens and journalists in the streets in an attempt to prevent freedom of speech and freedom of assembly. We're going there to protest of a police force and city government that has stood by and watched these citizens be attacked. We're going there in protest of a media which continues to maliciously label multi-ethnic, constitutional, right-wing groups as white supremacists in order to try and escalate violence and justify the abuse and marginalization of anyone who challenges their far-left narrative. We're going there in support of Andy Ngo, an Asian journalist who was attacked and injured by what the Portland establishment calls anti-fascists for simply covering their tactics. The city has thus far failed to bring anyone to justice for his attack. This is a definition of fascism, not a resistance to it. We're not coming to the city looking or to initiate violence. Our purpose is simply to show that we can come and be heard, to show that Americans can still come to an American city and exercise their freedoms of speech and assembly without being silenced and intimidated by violent far-left terrorists. We in the American Guard are citizens of all backgrounds, races, and walks of life. We are an organization dedicated to defense of our Constitution, of our country, of the principles and freedoms that have made this country an example of excellence to mankind. We voluntarily place ourselves at great risk from far-left terrorists, as well as Portland's obviously biased left-wing authorities in order to defend these freedoms. For public release, I guess, from their national president of the American Guard, Brian James. So I guess this is their website and just a message about August 17th. Interesting. But the Tulsa World here also states that the 3%ers, which I've talked about a little bit before, as well as some sort of daily stormers will be there. But it's interesting to note that they have brought up the Oath Keepers, which has pulled out of the protest and rally. So apparently the Oath Keepers are an anti-big government militia organization. They support the Constitution absolutely, and I guess, according to Wikipedia, they formed about 10 years ago. They pulled out of this specific rally because they just don't want to be associated with white supremacists or people who prefer whites over other colors. Whatever. Stuart Rhodes, I guess, who is their founder and leader, says that he agrees in opposing Antifa, though, and its followers, but he is concerned with the connotation of agreeing or being seen with other militias and organizations. Well, I do like the idea. Behind the Oath Keepers keeping their identity more pure, let's say, if you take no action, then you allow the enemy to succeed, or at the very least, allow your potential allies to become weakened. No action is a choice. No action does have consequences, but perhaps this move by the Oath Keepers is just a strategic maneuver before a bigger fight, but I honestly have no idea. But just interesting to see that a lot of these groups are actually coming together, except for the Oath Keepers, to oppose Antifa, which I think is great. You need some sort of coalition of groups that might not agree on everything, but at least settle their differences to get rid of the communists, or at least to stand up to the communists. It's only a coalition of these types of groups that can actually stop political leftists, communists, and of course, those leftists' efforts to destroy our civilization. Now, I'm not saying that individually all these groups are great or all these groups are terrible, but at least there is some sort of push against communism. At least there's something, because in the mainstream media or even your average Democrat or Republican, they don't care about anything. They don't care about any of the social issues or the violence or the way civilization is going. No one cares, except for apparently this small coalition of American nationalists, we'll say. But anyways, I'm sure we're going to hear more about this later today or tomorrow. So with that in mind, thank you very much for watching. I'll probably be covering this tomorrow as well, if anything transpires. I'm Brazen Eagle, and I hope you have a great day.